Are you operating from integrity? Or is there tension, fear, pressure, power struggles? Track your transference. Learn to see when your mind moves away from the resonance of what you're here to be aware of. This is the absolute key, because it's about seeing, being, witnessing when you're out of integrity. When you're out of integrity and you ask yourself, who's watching? There's a potential for Satori. How you reach this awareness is to practice your strategy. This is your decision-making process of waiting for recognition. This is mutual. Recognition is mutual. You have to recognize them just as much as they recognize you. If you don't recognize them or you don't feel recognized, what to do? There's nothing to do. But if you do feel the recognition, if you do sense the invitation, and when it comes to the big things in life, down on bended knee, as in what to do for work, where to go to live, who to love, who to bond with. This is about the big things in life when it comes to your strategy. And honoring yourself as your own authority means you use that thing that you can rely upon, depend upon, the physical body sensation within you, or the outer, for a mental projector, it is bouncing your mental process outside of you. So I once heard a mental projector describe himself as environmental projector. It's like you're using the people within the environment. Strategy and authority is the essence of transforming your life and your leadership. Here is how to align with your correct color. Correct motivation is not a reward. It is the payment for discipline. Our discipline as a projector leading the other is being aware. It's seeing, seeing, seeing. So again, when we are looking at the quality of what it is to be shiny, happy, free, maybe not necessarily, but at least in integrity, we'll begin again here and talk about the transference. This is the thing to watch out for if you're brand new, okay? This is what to do. What do you do while you wait for invitations? You practice your seeing, your awareness, your being. So perspective is something that comes before this jewel in the center of the lotus, that is awareness of motivation and transference. If you're interested, of course, reach out to me. Look into your body graph. Watch your mind and your awareness. We begin again at color 1. Here's your takeaway. 1, to be motivated by fear is not to be needy, physically graspy, greedy. Blind need, that's you out of integrity. That blind need is going to be connected up to the openness inside of your design. Any openness that you will find where there's no planetary activation, where your mind identifies, misidentifies with blame inside or blame outside. It'll feel uncomfortable. It'll feel nerve-wracking. Depends on your design especially. Now, color 2, what to do when you feel like you've got to fix things. Blind guilt means you think you're responsible for things that are actually not your fault. There is no fault, actually. Human design, manual for no fault living. So when you feel guilty, or you're being sensitive to being motivated by guilt, you're feeling pressured to do something, that's the signpost to be aware. Hey, out of integrity. Come back to your authority. Now, color 3, again, projector, remember that you are a kind of leader. You're either going to be leading others or you're going to be leading yourself. So especially, it's important to see that you are here to be a part of life. There is this drive inside of you. When it comes to blind innocence, it's like, innocent. Who, me? Playing dumb is what I have seen personally. Playing dumb. Okay? Burying your head in the sand rather than following the energy flow the thing that's correct as an awareness, don't you know? Color 4, remember, the transference is fear, terrified, scared, out of integrity. You're thinking about things that aren't necessary because you are here to be about what exactly, precisely is needed as a leader, as somebody who is designed to be, especially in person, incredibly friendly, potentially, and influencing accordingly to the nature of what you bring. Out of integrity, the 5th color, you are not fixing things, you're not being responsible. Instead, it's like dumb hope. Do, 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 do. As if you didn't know what to do or what could be fixed or what could be improved. So you'll feel like dopey. You know the 7 Dwarfs, that little story? Dopey, dumb, blind, out of integrity. And then finally, desperate. The innocence out of integrity into desire is pushing for something that's not really their thing, unfortunately. Sad but true. What to do? Come back to the integrity inside of you. What you see on your screen are the 4 different basic fundamental building blocks of humanity. We're looking at projectors as leaders. Remember, we are guides. We are here to direct, manage, advise, coach, consult. We do not generate energy, but we help the other know themselves and how they're here to be themselves successfully, satisfyingly, peacefully, in a surprised way. So human design projectors possess a focused and penetrating aura, and we're designed to see deeply into others and systems. This has to be organic. This is not contrived. So you have to study. You're here to master. Your leadership comes not from doing all the doing, but from recognizing. Maybe it's patterns, maybe it's cycles, maybe it's pulses of awareness, knowing, insights. Ra described the projector as the one who sees, the one who is here to guide energy, manage resources, advise those who carry the life force. But the projector must wait for recognition and invitation to the big things in life, especially what to do for work, where to go to live, who to love, who to bond with, to exercise being their own authority. So projector leadership is always going to be about the other. It's relational, it's invitational, it's through recognizing, and it's dependent on being seen for what they uniquely are here to bring. And that is seeing, awareness, being somebody potentially who can see a very big picture view, as well as down into the little nitty-gritty, of course, depending upon what's true inside of you. So the key strength for the projector as a leader is your capacity to master systems, to understand people, and any relational dynamics linking things with clarity. Now, some of us are very focused and active and busy with our brains or minds, and some are not. So remember, all of this boils down to what's true inside of you. And if you are not deconditioned, oftentimes there's a lot of gunk in your brain. And we need to clear out the cobwebs of all that conditioning of you being out of integrity or out of alignment with what you came here to be, sovereign, free, able to hold fast to the truth of the authority inside of you and be your own authority. Your ability to guide and direct energy without needing to be the one doing is key. See, what I see is that projectors, and this is my personal experience too, so it may not necessarily be true for you, but have you noticed as a projector that when you're with an other, oh, I could do that too. Oh, why not me? Why them? Why not me? That kind of embittering, comparing, mentally judging. That used to be my reality constantly back in the day. going off on this, that, or the other thing because of, wow, this person here in my life, focusing, penetrating, absorbing, taking on their stuff. No boundaries. This is the biggest danger I see for projectors, is not being clear on boundaries. Some of you projectors, triple splits, open throats, open G, way too pushy, trying to get into that energy of the other, taking it, greedy, grasping. Not healthy, people. Wait, pull back. Don't try to jerry rig or engineer invitations or trying to get somebody else to recognize you. Even worse, let go of your mind running the show. Your mind is not your authority. Did you know? The voice inside of you telling you what to do. But when you are aligned in flow, you have an insight into, let's say, efficiency. Maybe you have the channel of structuring, design of genius freak. You're the natural guides for any 3420, very common manifesting generator, the pure manifesting generator. You are here to advise, guide them, not be them, not do all the doing. And the new era, the background frequency that we're moving into with this generator, busy, 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 busy hum, happens twice a year, sun and earth. There's tons of beings with that definition. You are not here to be them, but here to advise and guide when they're open to you as far as your awareness. To ask them laser-focused, precise questions, one at a time, not multiple choice, please. Okay? So by optimizing or maximizing, leveraging energy, you are correcting, maybe guiding, helping to be in flow, those energy beings, because you have a natural discernment of recognizing other people's gifts, talents, capabilities, abilities. What makes them satisfied? What feels aligned? See, our ability to focus, penetrate, and absorb into one person at a time is where our recognition gift comes from. So it's like a double-edged sword. If you are not aware of how beyond compare you are, and you try to be them, you're screwed. But if you can let go of trying to get them to see you, and if you can just simply open up to the magic of the possibility of your aura doing the talking, as in, no, you not trying to say, here, pick me, look what I can do for you. Here's what I have to offer you. Here's what I want to get from you. All that crap of your mental machinations, however you want to say that mental booby trapping of your mind telling you, oh, say this like this so you can get that from them. Let's preserve our integrity or our reputation or our safety, security, well-being by getting them to see us. No, stop that. You're going the wrong way. This is about waiting for aligned, correct interaction with the other. That's what's right for you. That's what's true to do. Okay? So oftentimes it becomes about waiting. Waiting is... Now, common leadership challenges for you as a projector is that there's bitterness from the lack of recognition or invitation to lead. If you keep trying to push from your mind, you're just going to get more of the same. You initiate from bitterness, they don't see me. Rob would say something about the projectors being really good at whining. And in truth, the recognition that I had of Rob was, he really knows what he's talking about. I'm just going to follow him, as far as I'm going to experiment with these things that he is saying. And that first thing was serve your type. So for 2.5 years, I focused only on projectors, primarily and only, referred everybody else out. And boy, are they, we as a group, whiny when we're out of integrity. Because we over-identify with attempting to prove our worth through work output. We are not here to be slaves. Oh, but we can super slave with the best of them. We can work out of integrity to the death of our body, working ourselves into an early grave. Not correct to do. Have you experienced burnout from trying to keep up with that 40-hour work week, or even worse, 60? Have you compared yourself, your output, your ability to keep up with the other generator types and found yourself fundamentally lacking? Or did you outperform them and burn up? You know, they call it chronic fatigue syndrome or any kind of autoimmune issue, working yourself sick because you're trying to keep up, because you don't know when enough is enough. You struggle to set boundaries, healthy boundaries. You overcommit in an attempt to prove. You get overzealous. Not healthy. So you've got to learn to manage your energy correctly. As a projector leader, it requires honoring a need for rest, your recognition work, your mastery. Lots of our work requires study. So that thing that you could study all day long and it's really interesting and engaging, maybe you need time for rest. Obviously, we all do. But while you're resting, your mind may still be working. As in, for me, as an example, I see everything through the framework of human design now. I can't help it. Once you see, you cannot unsee. So there's all these layerings of keynoting that we see relationally within the body graph structure. And then you hear the keynotes coming out of people's mouths and you know immediately where they're speaking from. Are they speaking from self or not self? Quite a fascinating thing. Even when I'm watching TV, I'm wonder what that person's design happens to be, It's just part of the nature of the beast here to master systems. Waiting for invitation is not the only thing. Again, recognition comes first. Before you commit to any leadership role, remember to consult your authority first. Okay? Just because somebody recognizes you, hey, you're a good writer. Why don't you write a book? That's not an invitation. An invitation comes with energy exchange. It means funding in this current day and age. So manage your energy expenditure by using your authority when it comes to where and with whom to be with, or to guide, or to advise. Building correct relationships, not from grabby, graspy, greedy, but from the mutual recognition. Maybe it's supportive, maybe it's empowering, maybe you love sharing, so that you can get to see what it's like for thee when it comes to the light inside of you. You're a lighthouse. Can you see it? Have you ever felt it? That sweet success that arises from inside you. Now, taking rest is non-negotiable. For leadership practice, it's important and true to ensure that your tank is full. Don't run on fumes. Self-care is a priority. I used to think of it as like when I was a semi-professional athlete, thinking of myself as mastering the body of being highly efficient, depending on what you're doing with your time, energy, day, money. Sometimes we can be quite miserly when we've learned the value of what we have energetically. So it's not personal when it comes to having a projector in your life. They can be very personal creatures. I mean, we can be very personally into you or not. It's not personal if we're not. We just have a very finite amount of energy. Ideally for me, 2 hours max per day. That's my workload. It used to be that I could do 4. That's quite a lot of focusing because it takes a lot of energy to be on, like on camera or on, just animating the face, focusing in on the other, having all the neurons firing and being able to interpret and guide from a place of non-attachment, as in it's important to attune to outer authority. This is your unique, differentiated perspective given to an other without an agenda. Now, how do you lead another projector? When a projector leads a projector, ooh, so nice, because, you're both focusing, penetrating, absorbing. you can really know each other. Mutual recognition is absolutely critical, key, essential. So if you're a projector leading another projector, fostering a culture of acknowledgement, of recognition, shared invitation. The invitation might go back and forth. My husband and I happen to be emotional projectors, both of us, same channel, authority. And so there was a lot of shared recognition and back and forth invitation. It's not about competing. There's no competition when you are unique. But what I see in projectors who are not in integrity is trying to be seen. So trying to grasp for recognition. Hey, see me, value me, appreciate me. Here's what I can do for you. That kind of thing. Let go of that. Projectors are not here to be alone, not for long. They're not necessarily productive in that capacity. So collaboration through mutual respect of our guidance capacity or abilities to each other. We each have different interests, different designs, different perspectives. So the leadership insight for projector to projector, it flourishes. When your recognitions are shared in each other, and any hierarchies are minimized. I see a projector as a leader, like how the Knights of the Round Table, it's a round table. It's not a top-down pyramid. That's what I see personally. Now, how do we lead manifestors? It's tricky because most manifestors can just do their own thing, manifest, whatever that brings. As a projector, working with a manifestor, honor their autonomy, offer any guidance without questions. So no rapid fire, multi-layered questions, just statements. Don't impose control. Wait for them to recognize, invite you. Don't push, don't force. Any insight you have for them, it's not about offering unsolicited advice. Hey, would you like to know what I see? Can I help you here? No. You don't want to do that. So your manifestor has a capacity to be incredibly impactful. They need to have information. So don't keep them in the dark. That's their most horrible thing. They don't like being kept in the dark. They need the information so that they can have freedom of action. This is what they came here to do. If they're a single definition, they can act incredibly independently and fast, depends on their design. So support any initiatives that they have by refining your strategy for guiding, by giving them information, food for thought maybe, but only at the request or behest, only when it's right for you mutually, respectfully. No limiting of their capability, their movement, especially if they're triple split, they need movement. So my leadership insight for you as a projector, your gift, sometimes it depends on your design. You can point the way, you can shine a spotlight, you can bring forth clarity, awareness. For a manifestor, it's not about blocking them. Definitely never tell them what to do, but to make them aware of their impact, maybe on you, if you have a partner here. Now, generators as a type, whether they be generator purely or manifesting generator, same type, we're looking at the best engagement with you and them, as in the most productive at work. This is the most productive capability. And you have a projector leading a generator or a manifesting generator. It involves guiding their sacral response. That's what makes them a generator. But they have to recognize you and they have to be asked. You have to give them something to respond to. And it can't be just willy-nilly. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? What about this, that, and the other thing? And what would you want that with blue or red? No. You can't do that. Offer insights, awareness, one laser-focused question at a time that's relevant, that you recognize deeply, might help them find what truly satisfies them. Don't push. Don't force. Don't initiate action. Hey, why don't you do this? No. Experiment with asking questions that start with can. Can you or could you? And just one focus at a time. Help them clarify their response when they're asking. They need to approach you first. It's not about penetrating and getting them to focus with you on something. It has to be something that you recognize mutually. Again, that there is this invitation, this opening. So sustainable leadership for you as a projector with a generator is about aligning them to their correct energy usage. My insight for you as a projector leading generators is less about directing. It's not about telling. It's more about helping them find their response ability, their ability to respond. What do they have the energy to do with their sacral, juicy motor that is true? It's so satisfying to use. Now, lastly, and not least, just that there's not as many. You see the reflector on there? We're looking at a projector. If you are leading a reflector, you need to honor their unique process. They have an incredible openness, but their aura is resilient, sampling. Now, they have an incredible role as an environmental, you could say mirror, or I would call them the canary in the coal mine. They're designed to be at the hub, the center of any community, large group, please, 10 or more. They can provide space, they can facilitate. Their sampling and reflection means that they make great facilitators in large groups. So you could include them. You know, this is one of the things they may still seem to be very unseen, especially in a small grouping. So include or invite them to evaluate things. They're, again, going to display the health or the energy of the community. They might not necessarily be aware and tell you specifically, but you'll see what is there. The environmental influences, the cultural shifts, the team dynamics. Now, leadership, my insight for you, as far as reflectors, what they came here to do, they are here to frame what they're seeing through a lunar cycle. So give them space. Let them hold space for their reflections to emerge over a month. Give them time. And I know that seems kind of odd, but watch, wait and see. See how well it does for thee to treat each type with respect to their genetic inheritance. As a projector, I'll leave you with this. Where are you receiving recognition and invitation? Like, what is it that people see in you? See, your mind is not the whole story. Your body is the life. And the things that are unconscious in you, the red activations, the body is the life. Those are things that other people see in you without you necessarily being aware of what is there until it comes forth from thee. I'm giggling because I have one of these channels that is red and it's like, I didn't know that was there as far as what I became aware of after it left my mouth. So how are you, if you're a coach or a consultant like me, do you hear yourself repeating things? These things that maybe you're learning, studying, experiencing, giving forth as an awareness to for the other so that they can do what they came here to do? Are you balancing your guidance, your advisory capacity with study to continue to master? And remember, rest and boundaries are everything. This is not about push, 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 and hurry, 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 and go, 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 do, do, do. You can't do that to yourself. It burns you out quickly. Where are you chasing? Stop. Now, you don't need permission slips to be yourself. So this doesn't mean that you have to, down on bended knee, have somebody give you something in order to make something happen. It's not like we can't manifest. We can be conditioned to manifest. We can be conditioned to generate. We just can't initiate that from our mind's process. Life invites you. I'm going to give you an example. You're an undefined G center projector. You know that feeling when you're in a place where you feel free, where you feel like you can be yourself? Maybe it's at the top of a mountain or down by the sea. Maybe it's in the forest. Maybe it's in the grasslands. Wherever it happens to be that you feel free, that you can be yourself, that's a place that's calling you. Where's your favorite place to be in life, truly? That's life, you see? As an undefined G, no matter your type, you're a collector, there we go, a collector of right places. Now, when it comes to living with somebody, when it comes to tying the knot, of course, there needs to be, with my husband and I, we're both projectors. Who invites? Well, it's a mutual back and forth recognition. For me as a 3, in our connections between each other, it went off and on for a bit, you know, engaged, broken up, engaged, broken up, engaged. Oh, it's stick. We got married. You know, it just takes time, especially if you're emotional or mental as a projector, as an authority. Take your time with this. Are you adjusting your leadership to the need of the other, their type, their motivational frequency? This is the key. This is like 90% of the success clues that I'm giving to you free. It's up to you to experiment, try it and see. Your role as an advisor who can guide is unquestioned. But it's the people that make the difference. The right person, so sweet. With those who don't want you, embittering. Oh, deeply resenting. So let go of over-identifying with doing. Do without doing, and the doing gets done. Study, master. Find that capability inside of you to shine a spotlight on what's true. Follow your strategy. Honor yourself as your own authority. And remember, you're not here for everybody, but only very certain people, very specifically and particularly.